Magic is not only an entertainment to these people, it's a tradition that has been handed down from generation to generation. After the show, we got a chance to exchange some secrets between the East and the West. Since most Chinese magicians have been trained as acrobats and dancers, great attention is paid to their physical style and dexterity. So they were very quick to try the new effects I shared with them.
Good. Again.
Even though we didn't speak the same language, we were able to communicate through a dedication we shared for our craft.
Yes, and good. Very good.
Before I came to China, I prepared an illusion especially for them. Using a chopstick and an American quarter, I showed them something I thought would be totally new.
Who built it to the armies that tried to penetrate it. The Great Wall has been a challenge that has cost many their lives. Tonight, the challenge continues. Without the aid of camera tricks or electronic gimmicks, David Copperfield is going to try to walk through the Great Wall of China.
Over 2 years of research and planning have gone into tonight's attempt. The Illusions began the journey to China early last summer, followed by David and his staff. Over 70,000 pounds of equipment were transported halfway around the world.
David's attempt to walk through the wall will not only be one of the greatest illusions in the history of magic, he's hoping to symbolize that no barriers are insurmountable. The bond that develops in the spirit of friendship is a bond that no wall can come between. Please stay with us. In 400 BC, construction was begun on a wall to ward off the invaders from the north. Its success soon prompted other walls to spring up along the countryside until finally they were connected and fortified by the Ming emperors to become the Great Wall we know today. Since its beginning, it has served as an impenetrable barrier to countless armies. Even an assault made by Genghis Khan, the world's greatest conqueror, was a failure. Tonight, you're going to witness a very different attempt. David Copperfield is going to try and walk through the Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall stretches from the ocean beaches in the east to the impassable mountains of the west. Its tremendous length of over 2,500 miles is roughly the distance from one coast of the United States to the other. It stands 30 feet high, and at its base is 25 feet thick. The wall's immense size makes it the only man-made object visible from the moon. I've been joined by a Chinese translator,
And we're here with Mr. Gao Jimhua, one of the members of the Great Wall Committee. Sir, you've examined the site. Are there any holes or openings in the wall?
高先生，您了解这八大岭的情况，你认为墙这边能不能从墙这边穿过去呢？
根本不可能，绝对不可能。
No, the wall is completely solid.
Do you see any way that David can walk through this wall?
你认为 David 先生有没有办法从墙这边穿过去啊？
那太不可能，根本。
Absolutely none.
Now, we all know it's impossible to walk through walls, and I felt the same way until I heard about this monastery in Tibet. They found the bones of a man embedded in a wall. His entire skeleton was stuck, trapped inside the wall, running in and out of each brick. The only explanation they could think of was that a monk had discovered a form of meditation that allowed him to pass through objects. Experts aren't sure whether he did this often or whether it was his first attempt. One thing for sure, it was his last. Scientifically speaking, what that monk did wasn't walk through the wall. He diffused through it. The McGraw-Hill Encyclopedia of Science and Technology defines diffusion as the actual transport of mass in the form of discrete atoms through a solid. It's very easy to understand. Take an ice cube and a piece of cardboard. Both are solids. But if that ice cube should become hot, it would change its state to water. Then it can join with and eventually pass through that piece of cardboard. Then it can refreeze on the other side.
we'll be able to track David visually through the use of this remote-controlled camera. Without cutting to another camera, we'll be able to see David enter one side of the wall, and in a continuous motion, the camera will move over the top of the wall and hopefully see him emerge from the other side.
Doctors are placing electrodes on David's chest. They are connected to a transmitter on his body. Receiving dishes have been strategically placed to pick up David's heartbeat. The signal will then be displayed on this EKG monitor. That way, we'll be able to see if there's any increase or decrease in David's heart rate as he progresses through the wall. I'd like to remind you that David uses absolutely no camera tricks. The illusion you're about to see at home is exactly the way you'd see it if you were here with our live audience in China. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic of David Copperfield.
like to thank my host, Ben Vereen, the folks at Kraft, and the people of China for making us feel so welcome. We hope this will be the first of many magical journeys around the world. Next year, Egypt. And I've got the transportation right here. Good night, everybody.
The 8th Annual Magic of David Copperfield has been sponsored by
It is 12 minutes before the hour. The mysterious Orient has always been fascinating to us Westerners. It seems, though, that one of the most puzzling mysteries of the Orient just now is actually the work of a young magician from the United States. He is David Copperfield. His next television special on March 14th will feature his trip to China, where, believe it or not, he walked straight through the Great Wall of China. Now, I gather you made it to the other side since you were joining us this morning. Good morning, David.
Yes, hello. Good to be here.
What a remarkable feat. Now, you see, when we hear about something like walking through the Great Wall, or as you have done in the past, making a jet disappear, or making the Statue of Liberty disappear, we think, got to be some video tricks, something like that. Not true, huh?
No, not at all. In fact, on this walking through the Great Wall, we brought a special remote control camera that sees me going in one side of the wall and then cranes over the top of the wall and sees me coming out of the other side all in one shot in front of a live audience there.
So there are people gathered watching both sides of the wall.
Thousands, yes.
It's an astonishing thing. You went to China and persuaded the government to do this. Now, how in the world did you pull that off?
Well, it's making red tape disappear. Literally red tape.
Diligently.
Yes. But we did it. We kind of did it to show that there was no boundaries between our countries, you know, the fact that there are no barriers between friends. I could walk through this object that was created to keep armies out. And it was quite a trip. We spent a month there.
We all are interested in China. I would love to go to China, have not. So you went. We got some pictures of it. Tell us what you found when you went to that country.
Well, we got to shoot in many different places. This is the Temple of Heaven over here, and we brought 70,000 pounds of illusions and equipment and lighting and so forth over there. And we were allowed to shoot in places that haven't really been shot before. That's Tiananmen Square. I think that's pretty familiar to everybody.
Now, weren't they a little bit nervous about it? Look at this. Holy cow.
Floating a young Chinese lad. Yeah, they were wonderful to work with. It was kind of a cultural collaboration between our countries and introducing a lot of brand new illusions over there and really showing it. You know, we spent a lot of time shooting all the different locations and illusions. Of course, is the Great Wall of China, where the big illusion took place.
Do you have to sit and figure out how you're going to pull something off like this? It seems like a terrible puzzle that you have to work on for a while, huh?
Yeah, well, I've been rehearsing this on the road. We're currently on a tour all over the United States, playing every city you can imagine. And this is an illusion I do with a steel wall on stage. You know, currently every night we do it. But doing it at the Great Wall was very, very exciting and really quite challenging.
There are a lot of people that are involved in a trick like this.
Yes.
Let's say an illusion like this.
Right.
You have to swear everybody to secrecy.
That's right. We have all of the crew who are involved and might see how things are done, sign secrecy agreements, promising they won't tell how.
Has it ever leaked out?
Well, once when we made the airplane disappear, a cameraman told his wife you know, figured it was okay, and the wife had a friend that called in a radio call-in show and told exactly how the airplane illusion was done. But luckily, the method was so ridiculous that nobody really believed her.
Now, see, you've always been interested in magic from a very, very young age, and other magicians seem to have started at a young age, too. Is there something that you find a common thread that runs through people?
Well, I think I really wanted acceptance from other kids and so forth, and I really wasn't athletic or very into sports, and magic really helped me with my communication skills, just like you just saw right now. And that's really, I think, why magic appeals to so many young people.
You are working on something that's very special called Project Magic.
Yes, Project Magic is a program that uses magic as a form of therapy for people with disabilities, where magicians actually go into hospitals and teach magic to patients to help them regain their dexterity and their coordination by learning sleight of hand, in addition to boosting their self-esteem by giving the disabled person a skill that an able-bodied person doesn't even have. And for example, I don't know if you can get, oh, that's pretty tight enough. You can see the rubber bands around these two fingers over here, and if I pass my hand over, I'll jump to those two fingers over there.
Can you do that one more time?
Yeah. The thing is that will motivate someone to open and close their hand if they've had a stroke or if they've had arthritis. Magicians work with occupational therapists and teach the. This is a version, by the way, where you can actually lock it on like this, so it's actually trapped.
No way it can jump across.
So there's no way, but if you pass your hand over, it'll jump like that. Anyway.
That's absolutely astonishing. Now, the people that you work with are able to pick these up very well?
Yes, they try very, very hard, and they work gradually at it, and hopefully it's a transitional tool to get them to learn how to dress again, if they've had trouble with a stroke or arthritis, this type of thing. And it's in 30 countries and 500 hospitals around the world.
So it's really a way of showing them that they can accomplish things if they put their minds to it.
Absolutely.
David Copperfield's special is on March 14th.
We're currently on the road all over the United States.
And we're always inventing new illusions. In fact, the illusion we're going to do in the show in a few minutes is an original illusion. We try to think of something completely impossible that nobody's ever seen before.
A lot of your things seem to be completely impossible.
I hope so.
A lot of the, illusions that we've seen on television, a lot of people say, gosh, that's just not magic. It's the magic of television that actually does that. Has television been a help to your craft or actually been a
Well, it's been a great help because just imagine in one of our television shows, more people see me than saw Houdini in his whole lifetime. So it's very important to spread the magic. But also you have to be very careful that people don't expect trick photography and think it is. So I always try to do my shows in front of a live audience or do live shows. Like, this is a live show, so nobody could kind of gimmick the tape or anything like that.
Right, and you're going to show us an illusion that's never been seen before, right?
Right.
Okay, show me this
It's kind of a variation of a wonderful thing. You'd like to see it?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to try to figure it out.
Oh, you don't try to figure out, you just try to feel the wonder. That's the great thing. I once had a very magical dream. I dreamt that my wife, Debbie, and I had a little magic shop. And so we built a little model of the magic shop, and I wanted to show you here today and show Maria and Forrest. Now, as you can see, the magic shop is completely empty. I'm just going to turn it around here. Now, this magic shop is unlike any magic shop in the world, in that kids come to this magic shop, and there's absolutely nothing for sale. All they come to is to learn all about the magic of nature. Now, if you're a magician, you can do an illusion with a magic shop such as this. Look, a beautiful flower. You just put it down here inside of the box. I close the door, and look. Hundreds of flowers. The little magic shop allows a magician to make objects like flowers multiply. There we go. Now, if I can pick the most beautiful flower, as well as multiplying objects, I can take the flower and put it in there. Here we go. We just close the back door. And look, a little magical spin. Now, it's my wife, Debbie. How did you get in there?
Let her out.
There's hardly room for her in there.
That is wonderful.
Bravo. Welcome, Debbie. How are you going to get down it? Let's just see if we can do something for you here.
How did you do that?
Whoa, very carefully.
So say stop anytime you'd like. Okay. Okay. I can even give him some fancy cuts like this. Stop. Okay, right there. Now we obviously have a random selection at this point. It's the 5 of diamonds. 5 of diamonds. Of course, all I have to do with the 5 of diamonds is snap it 4 times, once for each spot, and it becomes the ace of diamonds. But they could be thinking, I just got lucky. So here's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'll dribble the cards like this. Anytime you'd like, just say stop dribbling.
Okay. Stop dribbling.
Okay, that's not very many. Is that enough?
That's plenty.
Okay, this time you've stopped me at the ace of clubs. Now, that's 2 aces out of 4. The third one, I'll kind of do it myself. It's a little quicker that way. All I have to do is cut like this, and 1 comes out from the center. That is the ace of hearts. That's 3 out of 4, but ace number 4, I'll find it the fancy way, at the count of 3. There you go. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Michael! That is super.
Well, do you know what I'd like to do? You know, in the world competition, it's an interesting challenge because you're judged by your peers, and technique plays a real important role. So I designed a challenge type effect. I want to tell everybody what I'm going to do. This will involve no surprises whatsoever. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and that way, if I don't do it, it's going to be blatant to everyone.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these 4 aces, and I'm going to put them into 4 different parts of this deck. Then I want to shuffle these cards 5 times, face up and face down. Then I'll find those same 4 aces again. But I'll do the entire process. That includes the insertions, the shuffles, and the locations, all in exactly 30 seconds. Would you happen to have a second hand on your watch, Merv?
Yeah.
Okay, now, you're the times person, so you need to tell me as every 5 seconds passes, simply say 5, 10, 15, 20. It lets me know whether I'm ahead or behind.
Okay.
And I may
stop. Don't go till I start to you.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, there's the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, 4 different parts of the deck.
5 seconds.
And I'll push them flush. I'll take half the cards and shuffle them face up and to face down.
10.
Just like this. Take some of those cards, turn them over, and shuffle them face up and to face down 1 more time. I can even take some out from the
15.
very center of the deck, turn them all over just like this, and shuffle them 1 more time, face up and to face down.
20.
Oh, I better shut up. Shuffle. Oh.
25.
Oh, no. Stop.
30.
How much time was left when I said stop?
1 second.
Well, it's perfect. I haven't found the aces yet. But I guess you knew that.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I didn't, see, you've got a great seat, and some of these people can see real well. But there's people at home who haven't followed quite as well as you have. So here's what I want to do. I stopped early for a reason. See, I stopped so that I could show that the cards really are being shuffled face up and to face down. And you can look from the sides to see that all the cards are involved in the shuffle. I mean, these aren't TV magic shuffles or anything like that.
Yeah.
So all the cards are involved in the shuffle. And I said that I would do it all in exactly 30 seconds, and that was a real important part of this. So I'm going to start, again, let's say 29 seconds.
Okay, you have 1 second?
I have 1 second to find all 4 aces. I hope this works.
I do, too.
Okay, I'll start again. 28, 29, 30. Whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's all...
Gee, look at it. That's great, Michael.
Not only that, but the deck that we shuffle face up and face down, it all faces exactly the same way, each and every card. And if you'll look close, you'll see that all the cards, every single card, is facing the same way, and there's no aces. I found the only 4 aces, and in that same 1/2 of 1 minute, the 30 seconds, not only did I find those 4, but I also found the royal flushing clubs. That's the 10, jack, queen, king, ace of clubs, so royal flushing spades, royal flushing hearts, and a royal flushing hearts. It's all perfect.
Oh, Michael. Maybe like to... I'm going down to Vegas this evening. Maybe
Can we go?
Sure, love to have you come along.
You think they'll let me take my own deck?
Never.
Well, I guess we don't need these anymore, so we'll get rid of those.
Is that it? Michael Amar.
Good evening, and welcome to an hour of mystery and magic. My name is Orson Welles, and if I need to give you my name, I probably ought to add that I'm a magician, but I'm not here to introduce myself. The real star tonight is a name that may be fairly new to magic, but you're going to be seeing a lot of it, and for a long time up there in big, bright lights. I refer to the fantastic, the formidable, the entirely flabbergasting Mr. David Copperfield.